Hi friends, it's me, Pastor Mark, kids pastor here at Reverb.Church in sunny St. Augustine, Florida at Reverb Kids Central. Now, I am so glad that you are joining me here today at Legends on Demand. Now, Legends is our Reverb Kids service for boys and girls ages 5 to 10, where each week we are digging into the Bible and learning all about God's amazing plan for us by looking at what He's already done, discovering what He's doing right now, and growing in our faith for what He is yet to do. Now, today, it's going to be a little different. Today, we are going back and revisiting a previous very important lesson we've learned together. Now, I'm calling it an encore presentation of great teaching at a great time. Check it out. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, friends, it's me, Pastor Mark, kids pastor here at Reverb.Church. I want to welcome you to Legends on Demand. Now, Legends, it's our Reverb Kids service for boys and girls ages 5 to 10, where each week we are learning what it means as believers in Jesus to be difference makers everywhere we go. Now, to get things started, I want to read a verse from the Bible to you. It's found in the book of Psalms, chapter 105, verses 102, and it simply says this. It says, "Give thanks to the Lord and proclaim His greatness. Let the whole world know what He has done. Sing to Him, yes, sing His praises, tell everyone about His wonderful deeds." And you see, that is the why behind the what. This is why we do what we do, why we sing praise songs, why we jump around, why we do actions, because we want to not only let the whole world know what God has done, we want everyone in this room with us to know what God has done too. So come on, everybody, let's get started. Everybody, get up on your feet. Everyone up, come on, you too. That's right, good job. Now, let's give thanks, let's sing praises, let's tell God just how great we think He is.
Searching the world, the lost will be found. The freedom we live is one we cry out. You carried the cross, you died and rose again. My God, I'll only ever give my all. You sent your Son from heaven to earth, delivered us all, it's eternally heard. I searched for truth, and all I found is you. My God, I'll only ever give my all. Jesus, we're living for your name, we'll never be ashamed of you. Our praise, and all we are today. Take it all, take it all. You sent your Son from heaven to earth, delivered us all, it's eternally heard. I searched for truth, and all I found is you. My God, I'll only ever give my all. Jesus, we're living for your name, we'll never be ashamed of you. Our praise, and all we are today. Take it all, take it all. Jesus, we're living for your name, we'll never be ashamed of you. Our praise, and all we are today. Take it all, take it all. Running to the one who heals the blind, following the shining light. In your hands the power to save the world, my life. Running to the one who heals the blind, following the shining light. In your hands the power to save the world, my life. Jesus, we're living for your name, we'll never be ashamed of you. Our praise, and all we are today. Take it all, take it all. Jesus, we're living for your name, we'll never be ashamed of you. Our praise, and all we are today. Take it all, take it all, take it all.
Hello again, my friends. So glad to be joining you today. Here we are on the doorstep of spring. It's a great time of year, man. Do you know why I love spring so much? Think about it. Through the winter months, things are brown, lifeless, and mostly cool. Now, I would have said cold, but we live in Florida. You know what I'm saying? But springtime reminds me of new life, flowers blooming, nature getting greener, days getting warmer, and what about spring break from school? Yeah, lots to enjoy. But the absolute highlight of spring each year, for me, is Easter, the Sunday that we celebrate Jesus' power over death, where he proved once and for all that he is more powerful than the devil when he came back to life, and he did it all to demonstrate just how much he loves you and me and everyone we know. So all this month, we are working our way towards the story of Resurrection Sunday. You're not going to want to miss a single week. Now today, to get us started right, let's sing another song declaring what we believe about God. So everyone stand up. Here's what I want you to do. Everybody lift your hands as high as you can. Stretch up. Yes, touch the ceiling. Now bend down and touch your toes. Oh, touch your toes if you can. Good job. Now swing left. Swing right. Yeah. Awesome. Now let's sing about our great big God.
Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He is higher than a skyscraper.
That last game of extreme close-ups was a hint at something we're going to be doing beginning next week. What could it all mean? What does fruit have to do with the Bible? Well, join us next time to discover that answer. But today, Mr. Show Me Board, help me out. Listen, I don't have to tell any of you how much we have been working at memorizing the books of the Bible. We have worked on the 39 books of the Old Testament. We have worked on the 27 books of the New Testament. We have worked on a total of how many books? How many is that? Who knows? Who said that? You said it. Good job. 66 books of the Bible. Great job. We also discovered that in the Old Testament, there are 5 sections. Now, how do we remember the breakout of those sections? We say it like this: 5, 12, 5, 5, 12, 5, 12, 5, 5, 12. So that's the 5 sections of the Old Testament. Now, let's call out together those 5 sections. Can we do it? We've got the law. We've got history. Say them with me. Come on. We've got poetry. We've got the major prophets. We've got the minor prophets. Yeah, that's 5, 12, 5, 5, 12. Now, over in the New Testament, there are also 5 sections. We've got, say them with me, the Gospels. We've got history. We've got Paul's letters to what? The churches. And then we have Paul's letters to who? His friends. And then it ends with the general letters. Now, good job, everybody. So today, one last time, let's try to recite all 66 books of the Bible without looking at Mr. Show Me Board. Ready? Let's start with the Old Testament. Here we go. Remember, say them with me. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, let me hear you, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Nicely done. As I like to say, nice. Now, let's try and say the New Testament without looking. Well, let's look first. Everybody look. You looking? Okay, you ready? Ready to say them with me? Here we go. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation. Yes, good job. So here's the deal. I'm offering a super prize to any boy or girl that can recite all 66 books without help and without looking. Now, if you're in the Legends room right now at Reverb.Church, you're going to have your opportunity here in a bit. But if you're watching on demand, it takes a few more steps, but it will be worth it. I promise you. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a video of yourself reciting without any help all 66 books. And really, for even more fun, get mom or dad to help you. See if they can do it. And then once you have it, email that video to me. And once I see it, I will send to you a super prize. Now listen, I know you can do this. Work at it hard, record it, then send it to me at mark@reverb.church. Right there. Good job. Now, if mom or dad can do it, I'll send them a super prize too. Well, now it's time for the most important part of Reverb Kids. It's the part where we open the Bible to learn something great. So, everybody, settle in, get comfy. I need your eyes open. I need your ears open. I need your hearts open. Your hands, put those in your lap, and your mouths closed, do-si-do. Thank you very much. Now, we have been learning about God's grace. Everybody say, God's grace. Now, remember, grace is when someone does something for you that you don't deserve it, but you get it anyway. And we've discovered that God's grace is a gift to us. And like all gifts, it is free. Now, can anyone remember from last week's lesson what the Bible calls it when we ignore God or run away from God or make something else your God? It's a short 3-letter word. Who knows? Let me hear it. Who said that? Right. It's called sin. And here's the thing. Look at someone and say, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. All of us sin. All of us do wrong from time to time. None of us are perfect. But that's okay. Jesus already knows all about our sin, and he loves us anyway, and he can do something about it if we ask him to. Because the Bible says that sin entangles us. Now, that's a strange word, isn't it? Entangle. Everybody say, entangle. Yeah, well, entangle simply means to catch. So the Bible is telling us when we sin over and over, we become caught or entangled, and we can't get free of it on our own. So it gets worse and worse and worse unless something happens to set us free from our sin. Well, in today's story, there are a lot of people who are entangled by sin. One person in our story knows they are entangled and admits their sin. And then there are the other guys who do not recognize they're entangled by sin. Let's find out who they are and what happens.
Zonda Kids presents the Jesus Storybook Bible. Every story whispers his name. Written by Sally Lloyd-Jones and read by David Suchet. washed with tears. One night, Jesus went to dinner at an important leader's house. The important leader invited his important friends. They were all just sitting down to eat when a woman walked in. She was not invited, but everyone knew who she was. "Who does she think she is?" the guests whispered. "How dare she?" The woman was a big sinner, and everyone knew it. Well, it was easy to see. After all, she had broken the rules and done bad things. The woman walked straight up to Jesus. She was carrying very expensive perfume. Now, the thing about perfume back then was that it didn't come in bottles. It came in jars, and the jars were made out of precious stone, like alabaster. But here's the catch. The jars didn't have a lid or a stopper or anything, so the only way you got the perfume out was if you broke the jar. And once you broke the jar, that was it. You had no more. Most people didn't use perfume because it was too precious. They just kept it on a shelf and looked at it. So you see, this perfume was her most precious thing in all the world. It was her treasure. The woman knelt down before Jesus, like he was a king. She held Jesus' feet in her hands and started to cry. Her tears fell onto Jesus' feet, washing them. She kissed his feet and dried them with her long, dark hair. And then she did something strange. She broke the jar and poured the perfume all over his feet. Everyone gasped. What a waste! Over someone's feet? Such expensive perfume? It smelled like lilies in a summer field. Jesus looked at the woman, and he smiled at her. What she had done was the most wonderful thing. Just as Samuel had anointed David, God's true king, all those years before, so this woman had anointed Jesus, not with oil, but with her tears. The important people were cross. They thought Jesus should not be kind to this woman. "That woman is a sinner," they grumbled. "We're the good ones." And it's true, they did look good from the outside. After all, they were keeping all the rules. But Jesus could see inside people, and inside, in their hearts, Jesus saw that they did not love God or other people. They were running away from God. They thought they didn't need a rescuer. They thought they were good enough because they kept the rules. But sin had stopped their hearts from working properly, and their hearts were hard and cold. This woman knows she's a sinner, Jesus told them. She knows she'll never be good enough. She knows she needs me to rescue her. That's why she loves me so much. You look down on this woman because you don't look up to God. She is sinful on the outside, but you are sinful on the inside. The important people shook with anger. Jesus turned to the woman and smiled. "Your sins are forgiven," he said. "You trusted me, and God has rescued you." "Who does Jesus think he is?" the important people whispered. "Only God can forgive sins." They didn't believe Jesus was God's son. The more Jesus loved people and helped them, the more the important people and leaders hated him. They were afraid people would follow Jesus instead of them. They were jealous and angry enough to kill Jesus.
Those important people in the story, they didn't know they were entangled by sin. They didn't know that they're blinded to the truth that was right there in front of them. Instead of accepting Jesus, they what? They rejected him. Now, remember that last line of the story? The story said, they were jealous and angry enough to kill Jesus. Now, that's kind of a huge hint of what's to come in the weeks ahead. Now, Jesus knew the important leaders were angry and that they wanted to kill him. He knew they were angry because they thought that only God can forgive sin. And you know what? They are right, because it is true that only God can forgive sin. But they're wrong to be angry with Jesus, because what they didn't know or didn't want to believe was that he was God. And so he can forgive sin. So this story, it's getting better and better. So come back each week to see what bad stuff happens, then learn what great stuff happens. It's awesome. So those important people didn't know much about Jesus. Let's see what you know about Jesus. Check it out. How'd you do? Some of those questions are kind of tricky, right? Raise your hand if you got most of them right. All right, nice job. Good job, everybody. Well, that brings us to today's Bible Remember verse, Reba style. Reba style. And the first thing we have to do is ask Mr. Show Me Board to help us out. Are you ready? I'm going to step over here. Yeah, Mr. Show Me Board, our Bible verse, Reba style. Now, every week, what's the first thing that Mr. Show Me Board wants to know? He wants to know, what's the address? What's the address of our Bible verse? Take a look at that. Now, Reba style, remember, Reba style is simply when pictures or words that represent or sound like the words that we're trying to figure out in our Bible verse are on the screen. It helps us to learn it that way, so that's what we're doing. So take a look. That represents the book of the Bible in which our memory verse comes from. Who can tell me? It's really my favorite book of the Bible, if that's a hint that maybe will help you out. Yes, who said Mark? Yes, it's Mark. Good job. Mark chapter 8, verse 31. That's the address. The first word of Mark 8:31 is the Son, right? The Son. Now that's the Son, but it's a different Son, right? But let's see what it's talking about. Next word. The Son of, yes. Now we saw him, was that last week? That's not Herb. That's not Fred. That's not Clifford. That represents just a dude, but we call him a man. So the Son of Man. Now we said the Son of Man is what? Who is that talking about when it says the Son of Man? Yeah, Jesus. It's another term for Jesus. So we know this verse is about Jesus. The Son of Man, what? What is that? So we got the U.S. with an M at the front and a T at the end. What's that word? Yes, who said that? Must. The Son of Man must, what? What must? Be. Good. Next word. Ooh. We got a K and we got, so that looks like a mountain or a, yeah, good idea. It's a hill. So we got a K and a hill. K hill sounds like kill, right? Kill. Killed. Kill. The Son of Man must be killed. What? What's next? We know that one. Hand sounds like and. The Son of Man must be killed and. What is that? So it's an R. It's half an R. Half R. Half R. Sounds like, could be Avatar? Avatar? No. After? Maybe. Let's see if the next word will help make it make sense. The Son of Man must be killed, and after 3 what? What do you think that means? Yeah, days. Days. The Son of Man must be killed, and after 3 days, what? We got, let's break it down. We got eyes, and before that we got R. So the R sound, eyes, eyes, right? Rise, rise. The Son of Man must be killed and rise 3 days. No, let me back up. I'm messing it up. The Son of Man must be killed and after 3 days rise. What? What? So we got a hen and an AG. AG hen. Egg hen. Yeah, again. Who said that? You are smart. You are smart. Good job. So here's the Son of Man, Jesus, must be killed, and after 3 days, rise again. Let's see the whole thing in English. Check it out. There it is, Mark 8:31. Now, can we say that together? Can you say it with me? Everybody. I mean, you in the third row, you in the first row, you at home, everybody. Let's say it together. Here we go. The Son of Man must be killed, and after 3 days, rise again. Mark 8:31. Now, this verse is what Jesus was telling his followers. It was exactly what was going to happen, but they didn't want to believe it. Boys and girls, this verse simply reminds us we still have time to respond to God's love, and now is the time to receive it. Now, 2 weeks ago, our Bible verse in Luke 19 told us that he was seeking us. The verse last week in Isaiah told us we should be seeking him too. And today we discover what it cost to make those two things possible. Why would he do that? Why would Jesus do that? He did it because of his wonderful, never stopping, never giving up, unbreakable, always and forever love.
The cross is where his love poured out, but the Him.